If I'm the best German player in StarCraft 2 right now, I don't really know, I don't think so. It's really hard to say, even though I won the EPS and the WCG qualifier. For example, TLO didn't participate in both of it. And even if you win those tournaments, it doesn't make you the best German player, I think, as it's only a short period of time where you've played very successful. Obviously, I'm very happy about that, and I'm really looking forward, for example, to represent Germany in China at the WCG Grand Finals. But I don't think that I am by far the best German player. I really think that Socke, for example, is as good as me. Hero Marine, Krass, TLO, and to some extent Tarantius and Hanfi are also very good. And so yeah, I think there are like 4 or 5 German players which are very, very close to each other skill-wise. Yeah, this WCS season, the third season, was... I don't really know why I lost. I mean, I've been into vacation before, so I came back like 1 week before the WCS matches started, which is not really an excuse because I had enough time to prepare, but the sad thing was that there was 3 new maps as well. So like I missed some of the meta game, and then I missed like the new maps the first days of it. So it was really hard to get back into shape and like the right mindset for StarCraft 2. So the preparation wasn't good enough. And then I beat Shuttle 2-0, very, very close games. And I was leading against Titan, as you said. But I wasn't able to beat him 2-0, even though the second map was looking really, really good. And after the second map against Titan, I just fall apart. And I don't really know why exactly. I felt quite exhausted, actually. Like I was a bit tired after those games. And then the deciding match against Nerchio, I think, well, yeah, I just wasn't well enough prepared against Zerg, and especially against Nerchio, it's always very hard for me. I think Nerchio had a very good day. He lost to Titan, but the games were very weird, and they didn't went how you expected a PvZ to go. So I wouldn't count that as a real loss. And then the other games against Shuttle and me were very, very dominant, so I think Nerchio was playing very strong that day. And for me, against the Mutalist Corruptor style, I think I did some mistakes. And but the bigger problem for me is that Nerchio is one of my like really, really hard opponents, and I've got a win ratio of like, I don't know, 10 map wins against 30 or something in official matches, which is really bad. And once that gets into your mind, it's very, very hard to beat such players. I think every pro gamer or every other player has someone like this, where if you meet this guy, it's always going to be very hard to beat him because he's going to be in your mind and you just don't feel comfortable against him at all. So that was, I guess, the main problem. Also, his strategy was pretty strong to beat, and I should have went for some kind of 2-base all-in, I believe. But I just didn't feel confident enough to do so. Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm in mouse sports for a really long time already, since 2004. And back then I was playing Warcraft 3, so that's the first big change for me. Like Warcraft 3 to StarCraft 2. Obviously it wasn't easy, but as it's both RTS games, I think it was manageable. It took a while, but actually, I feel more happy with StarCraft 2 than I was with Warcraft 3, especially in the end of Warcraft 3. I didn't enjoy the game that much anymore. And if you look at the whole esport, I think it just became much more bigger, especially streaming-wise. Like back then in Warcraft 3, there was not a single player who actually streamed his own games, and even tournaments were not that well organized and so on. So with StarCraft 2 and League of Legends and Dota 2, there are so many streams and so many people actually following the games and watching those streams. And then I also think that Facebook and Twitter had a huge impact on the scene, as the community has a kind of easy way to interact with the pro players and tournament organizers and so on. So everything just got a bit better and bigger, and I'm pretty sure it will go this road as well. Like it will become even more bigger now. If I have a tournament to play, a really important one, actually the biggest part of my preparation is watching games, watching replays and analyze stuff. For example, of my opponent, but also very good build orders by Korean players, for example, in that certain matchup. And once I really understand what they try to do or how it worked, I will start to practice it in games. And obviously I play a lot of ladder and custom games as well, but a really big part, and I think the most important one, is the strategies and the analyze of my opponent, especially if I know who I'm going to face. For example, in WCS, you know the groups before, so you can prepare very well for that. And yeah, so that's basically the most important for me. And then, if I don't play StarCraft at all in a day, I'm enjoying my time with my girlfriend. I like to eat very nice. German food is pretty good. And yeah, I like to watch DVDs, and we go out. Just normal stuff, I guess. Recently, I've made a small tutorial about the graphics settings in StarCraft 2. And I uploaded it because many people asked me about my settings, and I didn't want to answer each one of them, so I just made a small video. It's like 10 minutes long, and it shows some basic stuff. I think you can do much more than I did in this video, but I think it's good to show people that they can think about such stuff and tweaking their options and improving the game a little bit by that. And I think if you want to become good, it's always very good to have like good hardware and to have the right settings, that you don't have, for example, that you don't have any lag spikes or FPS drops at all. Like, the game needs to be very fluent. And so a good setup is very, very important for good players, which I think makes sense, right? If you get halted by something of the hardware, it's always very bad for your game. So everyone should have a look into this.